Dr. Wonder Creasy coming at you again. So today, a couple weeks ago, I did a video on red flags that are showing up in the economy, and I really think that we've transitioned from red flags to red lights starting to appear. And I'm going to explain some of the things that I'm seeing in the economy and also talk about 2008 and how it correlates to that. May actually take me a couple videos to do this. Might have to break it up, but we'll get it done. So the first thing is repossessions of cars, boats, automobiles, and motorcycles is up to beyond 2008 levels. Okay, there's one thing. There's also data out there showing that these auto auctions are having elevated. It's been elevated since beginning of the year, but now it's actually bumping up to like 70% of cars that are taken to auction by dealers and banks, right? Those are the people that take cars to auctions, are no sales. Not a good sign. So they're taking them to the auction, trying to get their money for them. Can't get it because the money that's being offered for them is less than they want. Okay, there you go. There was just an article the other day, Harley Davidson. Yep, you know, Harley, they're going to have celebrating 120 years of making motorcycles this summer up in Milwaukee. You can buy a ticket to that for $110, general admission, one day. It's like Coachella, right? It's like Coachella or Stagecoach Festival at this point. My God, $100 to get into a festival. I won't be doing that here, guys. But anyway, years ago, they were having problems as a company, probably 7-10 years ago. So they decided to start financing their own motorcycles and offering incentives where they needed to. So they're having a hard time finding people to repossess their motorcycles. So it's starting to show up there. They have a high rate of 90-day delinquencies. People can't afford to make their motorcycle payments. But yet in 2008, 2009, I guess, since then we've had a decrease in people doing repossessions. So they're like out in the cold. They got all these motorcycles they need to repossess, yet there's not enough people to hire to repossess them. So they took like a $50 million write-off this last quarter. That's some big change there, folks. So that's another red flag that's turned into a red light. So there you go. So going back to 2008, the thing that really triggered it, or you knew we were up into major problems, was the credit crunch, right? So when things got out of hand and they really went south was when banks started cutting back on credit card limits. They started adjusting HELOC limits and availability, even though if you had already, because the housing prices slid 30 to 40%. So if you had 100,000 available credit on your house, now that house is worth 40% less. They would adjust it down to 50 or 60%. And if you had already spent that money, well, then they wanted you to start making larger payments. So things like that are happening. But what I'm hearing too, have a source in the banking industry. He's saying because of the banking industry is teetering on bad times here. I mean, if you're not watching the news or you're not seeing a lot about the news, but it's starting to come out now. First Republic Bank is going to go under. Those shareholders are going to take a bath. They're going to be wiped out. Should be coming out real soon. JP Morgan on Friday didn't even want any part of it. Where's Janet Yellen, right? Where's Jerome Powell and Janet Yellen on this? They're supposed to make an announcement on First Republic before the stock market opens in Asia, so we'll see what actually happens. But they're toast. As I did a video a couple days ago, I told you they're toast. They are toast. But anyway, it's leading to banks now, when they have someone 90 days delinquent on a car loan or something, or boat or RV cars, they're not dinging those people. And they're not going to repossess them, because if they repossess them, they can't even take them to the auction because they're upside down on some of these vehicles. So what's happening is these banks are taking the ludicrous action that what they do is they negotiate with the customer and say, hey, you're delinquent 90 days. How about we give you, 3 or 4 months on the back end of your loan. Forget about those 3 months that you didn't pay us. That's okay. And we're not even going to ding your credit history. By doing this, the banks don't have to write that down on their books at that point. They kind of just kicking the can down the road, which could lead to bigger problems later on, but that's the action a lot of banks are taking these days. So there you go. But this is an opportunity. This is not a bad thing. I know I do a lot of gloom and doom and everything, but if you're in the market for toys, used cars, toys, luxury cars, exotic cars, now's the time to get ready. Now's the time, because cash is king, right? I've said that before. I don't say it enough. Cash is king. I am myself here. I'm not giving financial advice, but I have gone to a lot more cash because I'm a retired guy. So I'm highly cash motivated, and I lived through 2008, 2011. I'll do a video on that before, on the bumps we took on that. But anyway, it's for real, and some of you people haven't lived through the 2008 financial collapse, so you don't know what's going to happen and what the signs are. So I'm here to give you a little tip on that. If you want an ATV, you want a boat, you want a luxury car, you want an exotic car, get out to those websites like CarGurus and what have you. Start your search. You might need some patience because we're at the beginning of this. The lights are just flashing right now. But between now and the third quarter of this year, there's going to be some sales. You're going to see boats 30 to 50% off. Like I said, go on to some of these websites, Craigslist, CarGurus, what have you, and don't look at the cars that just made it onto the website. Look at the cars and the boats and the ATVs that have been out there for, say, 30 to 90 days. Start making some lowball offers, and that's where you're going to find your deals, right? And they're just going to keep growing. As time goes by, if you have patience, as time goes by, you're going to see more and more people who are upside down trying to get out from underneath those boats, RVs, exotic cars, luxury cars, and even normal cars. But that's the way to play it. And that's what I mean, that cash is king, because you're going to be sitting there and saying, I'll give you $5,000 for that ATV. And even though you want 10, I'll give you 5, and I'll give you cash today. And you might find some people that are willing to take that deal because they need this pronto. They need to pay off somebody else. They need to pay off something or place. Just be careful. Make sure you get the title and go from there. But there's going to be deals, and the people who have this stuff laying around and we're smart enough to have patience are going to be able to be the king. Okay, so that's my advice to you. It's happening like right now. Like I said, you got more layoffs coming daily now. We're gonna at some point, mark my words, come third quarter, you're gonna see 10,000 firings or unemployment counts per day in the quarter. So we're going to see 300,000 jobs lost on a monthly basis for several months. Right now it's probably, it's only 240,000, but it's going to bump up to 300,000. It's going to happen. It's going to go on for years, at least a year. It's coming. It's coming. Just watch that number. It's going to keep going up and up and up the next couple of months as the government starts reporting on that. And our government doesn't like to report all the true numbers. There's a little fudge factor in there. So, but if you watch the news, you see all these companies, Chrysler, Stellantis here, they're getting rid of 3,500 jobs. General Motors got rid of 5,000 jobs not too long ago, across production and management. Amazon just keeps cutting. They're letting people take vacations. They went from having voluntary work or involuntary work where you had to show up for months and months and months and you couldn't take your vacation, to now they're hoping that people take vacations. So there you go. So Amazon is, like I said, they're flicking the red light. The red light is starting to go red, but it's an opportunity, folks. That's what I'm here to tell you about today. It's an opportunity if you've done what you're supposed to do, get out of debt, have some of this stuff on the sideline. I call it dry powder, right? This is your dry powder. Have it on the sidelines and decide what it is you want, right? You want that Lamborghini, you want that G-Wagon, you want that Lexus, you want that four-wheel drive ATV or the new Ford Bronco that maybe someone bought and now they can't afford it. It's going to be there, and this is all you need to do, is have some of this on the sidelines and ready to go. So that's all I have for you today. Be on the lookout. We'll be looking out at what's going on with First Republic, as I'm sure they're working on it as we speak and make this video here today. So I'm over and out. DJ Wonder Chrissy. Like, share, and subscribe. We need more subscribers, need more likes. We need you guys to enjoy our channel. We got lots of awesome content here. We got finance, we got slots, we got foodie stuff. We got a little bit of everything here. Check it out. Land Cruiser Midwest. DJ Wonder Chrissy over and out.